Oh my god, I can't believe I'm gonna tell this story. Ooh. Hi guys. I know it's taken me a while to do this, but it's finally here. I have another episode to add to my story times. And it's not that I don't have a lot of stories, it's just that like I get a lot of like beauty and skincare stuff and I always want to post content about them first. And so I never get the time to film more than like 1 or 2 videos a week. Other than excuses, I'll talk about that another time. Today is very special. It's a story time and it just happened to me like honestly just 2 days ago, and I'm still like, I'm shooketh to the core. And I don't know if any of you guys caught it, but if you follow me on Instagram, that is my Instagram, I posted like an Instagram story and I was like, holy shit. And I just said like a quick summary of this story 2 days ago, and like I got such a big response. I got people telling me to do story time, so I am going to do it right now. It is so intense because like I don't get into trouble with the police. Like I don't do that. I really like, even if I do nothing wrong, I get scared when the police come by. I'm just like, oh, because I don't know, I'm a minority in the US now. New York has guns and like I don't want to be involved, and also because I'm on exchange. And like even back in Singapore, I never have a problem with the cops. I was staying out late with my friends once and like we got carded like just as a precaution, and I was already like, oh my god, are they gonna take away my scholarship? Like it's, I try to avoid that situation for good and honest purposes. Like that's just how I am. I just like avoid all trouble with the police, okay? So what happened that particular day was that I was watching Muramasa live, and Muramasa is a DJ that my friend's boyfriend introduced to me, and like he's also here at NYU for internship, and his girlfriend visited, so we all hung out and I got to know him. And he just asked like, hey, are you into this kind of music? Like, do you want to go? And I was like, yeah, hell yeah. He's got like another friend that ended up bailing, and we went to Terminal 5 when Muramasa was playing. I think this must have been like a Thursday night, and doors opened at 8. We went at 8:05 and it was like barely full, and I was like, what's going on? But basically it filled up really fast. It became like the best show I've ever been in my life. I've never gone to a rave before, and I don't like ultra festival, that kind of EDM. It's not really my scene. Like I wouldn't go there. Laneway, yes, sign me the F up. I'm not a super raver, but I recently dated someone that was like, dude, raving is so fun if you're like really into it. Because I have like claustrophobic issues. I wouldn't say I have claustrophobia, but I just have like space issues. I get very scared of mosh pits, but I want to experience that because I feel like I'm in New York and I'm young. Like this is only gonna happen once, so I did it. I was in the pit and I just like lost myself in that community, and it was like great music, a really great show, and I was so happy. And the point of this story is I jumped a lot in that rave, and I was wearing like boots. I was wearing pointed black leather boots because they were just so cute, and I had like a shirt. I'm literally gonna show a photo here. It's so cute. It literally says, I'm a happy-go-lucky ray of fucking sunshine, and I was like, holy shit, love that. So I really like enjoyed myself, but the thing is like it was really quite sweaty and quite gross. I just like wasn't feeling good because there was like another guy that was also raving that kept like trying to... This is a whole separate thing. I bet you guys are wondering how in the hell this all adds up to me getting fined and arrested, but this guy literally has nothing to do with the story at all. It's just like he was a bit too close and I was a bit uncomfortable, and then my feet were starting to hurt because I was raving. And like Muramasa is like a groove kind of DJ. Like I'm gonna list some of my favorite songs down below. I really hope I'm like hardworking enough to like actually link the stuff. I play it on my Spotify all the time, like every single day I'm listening to it. I love Muramasa and it's like a new favorite, so everything is really fresh. And I went for the show and I was like really happy, and I was like talking to my friend. We were walking back, and if you don't know how New York works, the street numbers go up as you go higher uptown. My station to go back to where I stay is somewhere on the 14th Street, which is quite low here, right? We were walking from 57th Street, from the venue, from the concert venue, so it was like about 40 streets. For anyone that's never been to New York, one block is not just one block of like flats or one small building. It's about like 4 buildings, 5 buildings. It's quite a far walk, like it's probably a 45-minute walk. But because New York weather is so nice, and it was so nice that day, honestly I could have walked and I really wanted to, except my feet were really hurting and I just wanted to sit down. And I was like, you know what? we were walking from 57th all the way to 42nd, which is where Times Square is at. And I was like, you know what? I might just take the subway back. I have unlimited rides on my card, like it doesn't matter. And in any case, if you take one trip, I know in Singapore it charges by distance, right? But in New York, you just pay once, $2.75, and then you just go wherever you want on the subway. It's just one trip, that's all, right? So I'm like, okay, I've got unlimited. I want to take the subway. I want to go home. My feet hurt. I'm like, oh, tired, want to sleep, feet hurt. And my friend's like, oh, okay, yeah, I mean, I'm taking a different train, but I can just like see you off at the station. And I was like, okay, sure. I mean, we're passing by anyway. We finally get to the entrance of the train station, and I turn to him and I'm go like, hey, bye, bro. Like, thanks for the night. Murmasa was awesome. And he was like, yeah, for sure, like, okay, let's hang out soon, bye bye. Turn away from him, I enter the station, and the first thing I want to do is to just rest my feet. And cause like I'm just so tired, so I was like fumbling in my bag, and this is a new bag, and I'm like trying to get it, and I'm like just so lazy. Okay, honestly, I don't think I struggled for more than 3 seconds, but at the same time, right, I turn, and next to turnstiles, like that's how you enter, right? Turnstiles is like a 3-prong kind of thing. You just push, you know, once you like swipe it, and like every time I swipe it, just a side note, it's not like an EasyLink cut tab, it's a swipe like you're at the arcade or something, like bloop, and then you can turn it. So I was just like, ugh, I always struggle with it, like I have to do it 3 times, and like I always screw up there, and I always cause a delay, and I hate doing that. So one thing I noticed in New York is that people like to walk through the service exits or emergency exits, which is just a gate that can always be open from the inside but not the outside. So some people, when it's really busy, or if they want to just like, you know, not pay the $2.75, they just wait until someone opens it from the inside and then just walks in. Everyone does it. Everyone does it. Every day I see people do it. In that moment, I looked at the door open and I was so lazy to fish in my bag, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna walk through. And I just like held the door for myself, and I skipped in, and I went down the stairs. I was very fast. I was like, and I was on the mezzanine, and I was gonna look for my train, because on one common platform you get like a few other, like 5 other trains. It was just a big station because Times Square, right? So it's just like many different lines, and I was looking for my line. I don't usually go to Times Square, so like, I really had to stop and look around. Okay, because I stopped next to a pillar, right? I felt someone like grab my hand like really hard, and I like jolted. I was so frightened. I turned, and it was this guy. He was very short. He had like blonde hair. I don't know, he just looked like a normal white guy, except like kind of smaller and like very thuggish looking, because he was like wearing a hoodie and he was like wearing a backwards cap, and he like held me really close, and I was like, what the hell? He was like mumbling something, and I was like, what? And then I took off my earphones, and then he was like, I'm the police. And I was like, what? You're the Oh my god, I'm getting approached for a scam because I look like a tourist, because I'm like Asian and I'm at Times Square, you know what I mean? I just said goodbye to my friend in a very Singaporean accent. I was like, for sure this guy is trying to scam me because he thinks I'm a tourist. I was like, what? Yes, did you know what you just did? And I was like, what the hell did I just do? You wanna tell me, bro? He was like, you just walked through the emergency exit, right? And I was like, yeah, I did. It was really awkward because I thought that he used that as a scam, like they were scammers just waiting for people to do that. So I was like, ooh, that was a stupid thing for me to do, especially because I had unlimited rides and like it didn't cost me anything to swipe my thingy. It's become a concession card already, so like I don't need to not turn it, you know what I mean? So I was like, I can just tap in again. Like I have unlimited rights. Let me just swipe it. I was just lazy. And they're like, no, you come here. And I was like walking away because like I didn't want to be involved in the scam. So I was just like, no, like you stay away from me. And they like started coming after me, and I was like, what the shit? Do you want us to handcuff you? Like, can you stay calm, miss? Can you stay here? Stay put. God, oh my god, like what's going on? I'm just a very like fight or flight kind of person. Really, I cannot. I will move and I will like dodge, and I will just like, it's always like that. Like I almost ran in the embassy because I was like, I'm late, and like the security guy had to go like, miss, please just walk. And I was like, okay. So the guy helped me even tighter, and his like friend came by, and it was this like really big, very fierce looking guy, but for some reason he was less hostile to me. Like I felt like he knew how to handle the situation better. He was an African American guy. I'm not sure if race matters officers. Honestly, I'm just telling you to give you a good visual picture. It was one white guy and one black guy, two of them claiming to be police officers. Nothing about race, I'm just telling you, okay? Like how one was tall, one was short. Same thing as like appearance, so that you can picture it in your mind. And poor me, with my freaking I'm a happy-go-lucky ray of sunshine shirt. I was standing there and I was feeling really cornered, and this was midnight. And because I was at the Muramasa concert, a concert with a designated bar on the side and the back, and so like I had a really strong beer. I had a 6-point resin and I shared it with my friend, so I had like half a pint, but it was very, very strong. And I am a lightweight, so like I honestly get drunk really easily, so I was already a little tipsy and I was really tired. I feel like I sweat all of the alcohol out and I metabolized it because it wasn't a lot to begin with. And I think with like the guy at the concert, like I just wasn't in a good mood, and I was just like, oh my god, this is a scam. Like I didn't even for 1 second think like they were maybe actual legit policemen. And so they insisted to see my ID, right? And I was like, fine, jeez, oh my god. So I dig into my bag and I realized it's not where my NYU ID is and my Metro card. I put it on a side pocket. It's where my wallet is at, and I take it out and I realize I used my ID for the Muramasa concert, which means that it's at the bottom of my bag. And so I'm like, ugh, put it in, and I'm like trying to dig, and I'm like a little bit drunk, and I'm like not like really happy, so I like am pretty hostile with my face. I was also not feeling good because at Tisch, like the station nearest to the school that I'm studying at, there were notices that people were pretending to be like NYPD officers and like doing body checks on women to just like grope them and stuff. So like I thought that was what was happening, or like they wanted to get my security information, my ID and all. Like my family, oh my goodness, my parents, oh my god, they're probably gonna be so upset when they see this, but they always tell me like, oh my gosh, don't go out at night, like it's very dangerous, New York is a scary place. Like they haven't been to New York in a while, so I don't think they actually know how it is, and it's not like this at all. It's just like a freak accident. So like it's the first time I've ever encountered stuff like this. I was like, oh my god, my parents are right, my friends are right, like everyone telling me to be careful, like oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, this is a scam, I don't know how I'm gonna get out of it, like am I gonna be safe? Freaking out in my mind, I was like fumbling, I couldn't take out my ID, and so I just blurted out, are you sure you're the police? All you have is a fucking necklace. The necklace was like a badge, like a police badge on like a really shoddy black cord. It honestly looked fake. And then I turned to the other guy, the taller guy, and I was like, oh shit, his one is legit, like it's actually hanging with the badge. And I was like, ooh, this can still be a scam, right? So I was like, oh, what is this? Like, I don't know whether to trust myself or not. Okay, I'm gonna take my ID out. And then I kept fishing for it and I couldn't find it. While I was fishing for it, I looked up to see how they were looking at each other, if it was a scam, like if they were like just like having cheeky faces. And he did kind of have like, he was like a like this kind of face, and I was like, oh my god, it's a scam, it's a scam. And so I like tried to walk away. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna look for a train operator. And he was like, no no no, you come here. And like he was grabbing my hand and I was like, oh my goodness, like don't, okay, I'll stop. And then I like finally dig out my card and I just give it to him. He takes out a book to write me a fine on. This is slowly starting to descend upon me. I'm like, oh shit, they're legit. I was so stunned because I did not expect ever to be approached by the police. It was never an option. I always thought they were a scam. That's why I was so rude. I can't believe I said that. I can't believe I said like, are you sure? Are you police? Like, is that all you have? Like, oh my god, who does that? I am so sorry. I thought you guys were a scam. You know, my friends and my family often say like, I haven't been here for long, I'm not from here. And they were like, okay, where are you from? I was like, I'm from Singapore. And they were like, are you a student? I was like, yeah, NYU. And like, I was just like, I was really upset, and because I was so tipsy, like I really wasn't thinking, and I've never been approached by the police before, so I don't know what to do, right? I don't know what's the right protocol. So I took out my phone and I started texting my friend. I was like, dude, I got caught by the police. All this happens while the first guy is like writing my particulars down. Like I had nothing to do, so it wasn't like he was talking to me and I just like pulled out my phone, right? So I was just like staring like this, and I was just like, so I decided to text, and the other guy immediately was like, can you not text while you're interrogated by police officers? And I was like, oh, sorry. I kept my phone and I was like, so how much is the fine? And then the guy looks at me and he goes, $100. And I'm like, $100? It's almost as if it's not enough. He continued to say, you know, honestly, we choose who we want to give tickets to, and we wouldn't have given it to you, but you were just so rude. And I was like, I thought you were fake. I thought you were scamming me. And then he was like, yeah, and when you asked to see his ID, did he not show you his ID? Is he not a police officer? I was like, yeah. I was feeling so bad. And so I was like, I'm sorry officers, like I really wanted to get on a seat on the subway and just rest my feet. I was at a concert and I showed him my boots. I was like, at this point I've honestly resigned to my fate, and I was just like, okay, how do I pay this fine? Like, do I pay it to you now? And then they're like, no, you just pay it online and there are instructions on the back. And I was like, okay. It was just so sad. At this point I was like so tired and I was so sad, and I know I just lost $100 for no reason because I actually have a paid for card. I just realized I'm so embarrassed because I was so rude to 2 police officers. Like, I am very hardly that rude. I try my best not to be. I was really ashamed of myself, and because I thought they were a scam. I have no tolerance for like predators or scammers, so like I was really quite mean. Finally they finished writing the ticket. He passes me the carbon copy and I just stare at it and I am so defeated. I actually have it on me right now. I'm gonna get it. Ta-da! Here it is. So this is my ticket. It has my particulars on the other side, so I'm just gonna show you the back of it. I honestly, like, when I still look at this, I'm like, oh my god, I cannot believe that just happened. The first guy has finished writing me the ticket. This ticket. The other guy just goes, alright, have a safe ride home. And I'm like, thanks! The moment they walked away, then it all sank on me like, yeah, they're definitely legit. Like, I did definitely just get fined. And basically he just scolded me because like if I continued to resist arrest, I would have been arrested myself. The first guy that was like, don't make us handcuff you, turned out he wasn't actually joking. Like, he wasn't just threatening me. Like, he could have actually done that if I had resisted any longer. But like, I think thank god I knew where to draw the line. Like, I was just this close to breaking it and I would have been I was so scared. And so like, I just kind of like walked to the nearest like staircase. Like, they had a couple of steps and I just sat down and I just started crying. I called my friend that just left and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I got caught by the police. And the funny thing is, at first he was like, ha, serves you right, because he is a very law-abiding citizen. I'm a law-abiding citizen, but sometimes I jaywalk. He never jaywalks and I always tease him for it because I end up waiting. He was like kind of gloating until he heard me cry and then he was like, do you want me to come over? I was like, no lah, it's okay lah, what the shit, I just wanted to cry. And he was like, oh man, feel better. And I was like, hate to say it, but you were right. And then he's like, yeah, I usually am. And I was like, once I got back to my house and once like I had a shower and I actually chilled, like I started to think that it's actually a really funny story, because like it was incredible how rude I was to them, and I was so, oh my god, I was really out of my mind. Like, I'm so incredibly embarrassed. Like, okay, I wasn't mean, it's just like it's embarrassing for me to think now because that was so unlike me, and it was just like ridiculous because they were actually police. Like, yeah, they were just so undercover, you know what I mean? Like, I really didn't see it coming. I guess this is just an experience. This is so stupid because I could have just avoided the whole thing had I just bothered to open the side pocket of my bag. It was just because like the exit was right there. So yeah, that's my crazy story. It's really been like quite an adventure, and honestly from now on I'm never gonna do that. I'm never gonna walk through the emergency exit. I'm not gonna jump a turnstile, so like that's just not my thing. I would rather just pay the unlimited and just take it wherever I want, because like it's not that expensive and it definitely does not get me into trouble. So let me know if you guys like the story. Let me know if you want more. I really appreciate having you guys here. I know you guys love story times and I'm definitely gonna do more. School is really tiring. I'm working really hard in film school right now and I'm achieving a lot of things, and I just made my first short film. I'm really excited. I think at the end of this semester, like I'm gonna actually compile my films and like actually post them on YouTube to see what you guys think, just to, I don't know, just to post them somewhere and let someone see it. Let me know if you'd like to see that too, I guess. Hope you guys enjoy that story. Stick around for many more. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel down below. I make new videos every week, and don't forget to hit that bell button to be notified when I make a new video. Oh my god, yeah, I just can't, I still can't get over it. Oh my goodness. ticket. I got a ticket. I've never been fined in my life. Not in Singapore, not in... Dude, I never litter. I don't even smoke. Like, I don't... I can't believe oh, it was such a stupid reason. So stupid. Oh my god.